Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, then don't forget to subscribe down below, and without much further ado, let's get on with the video. Now I know we're quite a way into January, but I really wanted to bring this video to you today because, as you guys know, I'm studying film, so film is a big part of my life. And last year I saw quite a lot of films at the cinema, and these are my favourites. So first of all, I'm not sponsored, but I have a Cineworld Unlimited card, which is genuinely the best investment a film enthusiast could make. It cost me something like £17.80 a month, and I can see as many films as I want. So last year I actually watched 102 films at the cinema. Now some of these were repeats and that I'd already seen quite a few times already, but I did see 102 things for £17.80 a month. It's insane, okay? It's such a good thing, and if you're ever thinking of going and seeing a lot of films, go and get a Cineworld Unlimited card or go and get an Odeon Limitless. Like, there's a lot out there, okay? I just really recommend the unlimitedness of it because you can see as many films as you want, and that's what I did. So these are my top 10 films of 2017, and let me tell you, it was blimmin' hard to bring it down to 10. I have such a wide taste in film that there's so many, okay? There's just so many, and it's really hard for me to choose 10, but these are my 10. So let's start with the obvious film that of course I had to put into my top 10. I saw this film 3 times. This film was amazing on so many levels because if you didn't know, I'm a huge horror fan. I love horror so much, and I like a horror that isn't afraid to be horrible, and that's what it did. I feel like it was so well made because you truly were scared for the children because you didn't know if they were gonna die or not. I haven't actually started reading the book still, but I have it, and I've watched the original like mini-series, and I just love the story, and of course that's Stephen King, but like the way that they showed it in the 2017 I really liked that film. It had beautiful cinematography, which just makes me so happy. The acting from the children was phenomenal, and I just really liked that film, and I saw it 3 times, so if that's not evidence enough of how much I liked it, I don't know what is. Sticking with the horror theme, of course, Annabelle Creation was another big film of 2017 for me. I was so excited for this film that I genuinely started crying at the film. I cried at a horror film. This doesn't happen a lot, but I was just so happy with how it was made and everything about it. The cinematography in itself, okay, it was such my aesthetic, and of course that's down to Sandberg and his like whole little team that he's got, which is the same team that is making Shazam, so that makes me really happy because it's gonna have like the same cinematographer, it's gonna have the same editor, I want to say, and then of course it's got Sandberg, who is my favourite director, and I just love it. I love the whole Conjuring series, and having Annabelle Creation now in that series just makes me really happy, and the plot, it was just amazing. I cried at the plot twist. Like, I genuinely, it happened, and I was just sitting there watching it like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And then when it finished, I turned to my mum and I was like, do you understand? But of course she couldn't remember the first Annabelle film, so she didn't understand, but I explained it, we rewatched Annabelle, and she was like, oh, and I was like, literally. It just made me really happy, okay? I was so hyped for the film. I think I was hyped from literally the day it was announced, which I believe was like a 1.5 years before it came out, maybe a year, I'm not sure, but it was amazing. And of course, I saw that more than once. I saw it 3 times, and it was amazing every single time. The next film that I'm going to talk about is Dunkirk. Now this of course has to be in like top favourites because it was genuinely just a phenomenal, outstanding film as just a film. I really like war films, and I like that whole aesthetic of what Dunkirk had going on. The soundtrack was stunning, and the ticking throughout the entire film that none of my family seemed to notice except for me was Christopher Nolan's watch, which I loved. It was just such a good film because on the first viewing you were like, what is going on? And you just let it happen. Then on a second viewing, which is what I did, I've seen it twice, you understand everything and you're like, this makes so much more sense, and it was amazing. I went to see it with my immediate family and my grandparents, and we came out of the cinema and we were all just like, that was astounding. What? We were like speechless because it was just so powerful and moving. Like, you were on the edge of your seat for like 2 hours. Like, it's just such a good film. Also, Harry Styles in that film was such a nice thing to see because he was a great actor, okay? No one would have probably thought that he would be as good an actor as he was, but we came out in the cinema and my mum was like, where was Harry Styles? And I was like, he was literally like the second main character, how did you not see? And she was like, oh, that makes sense. The entire cast, the entire film, just outstanding, amazing. I need to watch it again, but I don't know if I have the like physical ability to sit through that again because my god, it was stressful but amazing. 100% recommend watching. Probably watch it twice though, just so you like fully get what's going on. Another film that had a darker plot like Dunkirk was Patriots Day. Now, Patriots Day, I had no idea what it was. I hadn't seen a trailer for it, and Rianne actually suggested it and she was like, let's go and watch it. And I was like, might as well, we've got this unlimited card, we can go and see a film. I want to see different things I haven't seen before. And this film was just so moving and just so powerful as a film. I'm really interested in documentaries surrounding like 9/11, the 7/7 bombings, the Boston bombings, which of course is what Patriots Day is about. And having this film, I felt like, obviously I wasn't there and I can't speak for anyone that was there or anything like that, but I feel like they made a decent film in a sense of they didn't seem to like walk all over people and like misdirect the audience into thinking something happened differently. Like, it felt very raw, and of course it was dramatized and it was like over exaggerated, but they did include actual like interviews with the people it happened to at the end, which I thought was just a brilliant thing to do. And I've seen the film twice now. I saw it on the aeroplane when I was going to Florida and I was just crying on the aeroplane because it was just such a good film, and the acting in it is just, it's just so powerful, okay? I really appreciate powerful films that move me because I don't cry a lot unless it's Disney, but I don't cry a lot otherwise, and this film brings me to tears every single time because it just hurts so much. And I just thought as a film in general, it was just amazing, and I recommend if you like that kind of film. Moving to more uplifting, happy films, we're going to talk about The Man Who Invented Christmas. Now, this film had a tiny run here at the O2, but I'd seen a trailer for it and it had Dan Stevens in it, and I was like, hello, yes please. So I went to see it. I was pleasantly surprised. Like, it was such a beautiful film. Some of the shots, okay, the lighting in this film, the lighting and the colouring in this film were just unreal. I wasn't expecting much. I was just expecting it to be like another like family Christmas film, but it was so well put together and such a nice tone, and just everything about it was just so good. This film has made it into a I have to watch this at Christmas now, so well done to the people that made that, because it's just beautiful. Plus Dan Stevens. Keeping with Dan Stevens, Beauty and the Beast. Obviously, you guys know how much I love Beauty and the Beast. I think I've seen this film 7 times now, 5 times in the cinema. I saw it in 3D, I saw it 4 times in 2D, and then I saw it once in sing-along with Rianne, and we were literally belting Gaston. It was so funny. There was about 6 of us in the screen, but me and Rianne were going for it. But this film is astounding. I never really liked the original Beauty and the Beast. It was never one of my favourite Disney films. I've only actually seen it once, I think. But this film, my god. Having this film and this version of it, it made me so happy. I love everything about it. I can't find a fault in it other than the plot holes. Like, I see that. I see the plot holes, okay? I see them. But it's still a great film and I still really love it. And there are so many moments that I just... oh. These next films I did see 5 times. The first one was Thor Ragnarok. I can't praise this film enough. I loved everything about it. I could literally watch it 5 more times. Every time I found something new to love about it. Just this film in general, it just felt so raw and so like they were just having fun, and I think that's what Thor needed. It just makes me very excited for what they're going to do with Infinity War, because my body's not ready. If you've seen my reaction to the trailer, you guys know how I feel about Infinity War, and now we have Thor Ragnarok to be like, this is where we're going with Marvel, enjoy, and it's like, yes. Every character was amazing, every costume was amazing. I saw them at Comic-Con, it was insane. Like, I can't even speak, it just made me so happy being able to see those costumes. The music that went along with the fight sequences was beautiful. When Thor is like flying away from the dragon and it's like that, like, yes. Jumanji was the next one that I absolutely adored. I obviously have watched the original Jumanji. It was one of my favourite films as a child. I remember being around my nan and granddad's and they were like, well, what film do you want to watch? And I was like, we're watching Jumanji. But we didn't just watch Jumanji once that day. Oh no, I made my family watch it 5 times in a row. I was so worried about this Jumanji not living up to the standards that I'd associated with the original Jumanji, but I was so happy from this film. I did see it 5 times and every time I've laughed, and a film that makes me laugh at the same jokes every single time I watch it is a mark of a good film, okay? It is genuinely funny. Because most of it was done on location and like physically in Hawaii, it just looked so real and it made Jumanji feel more like a place that you could actually visit. And even though it's a deadly game and you never want to play it, it made me want to play it and end up in the jungle. You had a great cast. I mean, Karen Gillan, Joe Jonas, Jack Black. I never liked Jack Black before, but after this role, I was like, yes, you've redeemed yourself in my eyes because he was just brilliant. Of course, you also have Kevin Hart and The Rock, the beautiful Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. He's a great actor. He's such a nice human being, and having him scream, "I'm a nerd," it's just a great film, okay? If you haven't seen Jumanji, go and watch it. I want to watch it again, but it's not on at the cinema anymore. That's sad. We're coming on to the last 2 films, and the first one is Star Wars, obviously. Has to be in my top 10. I really enjoyed The Last Jedi. I know there is such a big debate right now as to whether it was good or bad, and I did watch it 5 times, and on the first, second, and third time I was like, this is the best movie I've ever seen in my life. Oh my god, I love it. The 4th and 5th viewing, I did begin to see and understand that maybe there were bits that were just a bit too annoying and a bit too wrong to fit in with Star Wars, but put that aside, like, slap that opinion out the way. The reason why I liked Star Wars wasn't necessarily the plot. I mean, there was quite a few plot holes, but that wasn't the reason, okay? That's not the reason why it's in my top 10. The reason is because of the cinematography and the sound design and the acting, but the cinematography and the sound design were stunning. There is an art book, which is the art of Star Wars: The Last Jedi, and it is just beautiful. I just love the Star Wars world, okay? And The Last Jedi was beautiful. When they go to the last planet, all the red, beautiful. When they go to Snoke's weird red room chamber thing, bit like 50 Shades of Grey, but more deadly, it's beautiful. Because that fight scene is so beautifully choreographed, and the colouring is so amazing, and the sound design is so beautiful with the lightsabers and everything. I loved it. And then of course me specifically saying sound design is because of when Kylo and Rey force connect and everything else goes silent but their voices, and it's like the most beautiful thing to hear. We are in the middle film. This is a film where nothing's gonna happen really big, but then the next film, they're gonna hit us. They're gonna hit us hard, okay? I don't know how they're gonna top Han Solo, but they're gonna hit us hard and it's gonna be painful. And this was just like a filler film. Let's go with that. It was a filler film that looked beautiful. Cool. And yeah, I saw it 5 times, and if I could see it again, I would, but it's finished. Cry. Sorry if any of this changed at all. My camera died, so I had to leave and then come back. But we are now on to the last of my favourite films of 2017, and that is The Greatest Showman. I saw this twice on the same day. It was just phenomenal, amazing. I can't express how much I liked it. It's just such a good film, okay? I really appreciate the like period musical alongside the like pop musical songs, so like bringing that together, it's just my aesthetic. Every costume, every piece of makeup, every choreographed dance move. The Other Side is one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen in my life. It was just so beautifully done, and I was so excited to watch the film after seeing the behind the scenes, and watching it was just, it was amazing. This Is Me, that song is amazing. All The Greatest Showman, the beginning bit with Hugh Jackman where he does the "Ladies and gents, this is the moment you're waiting for." Sorry. It was just amazing and beautiful, and I highly recommend. It's just amazing. Like, it's just the acting in it. This Is Me, okay? That song is so emotional and so powerful, and again, a powerful movie is a good movie in my eyes, because if it can make me cry, or if it at least can make me tear up, it's doing something right. That was everything. All my top 10 films of 2017. I want to do this again next year because you guys know I love films. too much. But yeah, if you enjoyed today's video, then please do not forget to subscribe just here. Also click on my previous video just here, and here is a link to a recommended video. But until next time, bye!